Hello and welcome to Get Collected. I'm your host, Soul Brother Mike, and it's Tuesday, August 29th, 2017, and you're listening to Season 4, Episode 12. Get Collected is co-hosted by Chrissy Cochran.
Hello.
Today in Get Poetic, I'll be sharing some poetry by Paul Laurence Dunbar. And here's something, Chrissy and I will be sharing a duet of Bring It On Home to Me by Sam Cooke. And What's the Deal will fill you in on what's going on this week. Now let's get to the show. So today in Get Poetic, I'll be sharing some poetry by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Dunbar was a Black American poet from the late 19th and early 20th century. He's known for poetry written both in conventional English and poetry written in a Black American dialect. I find his story and his poetry incredibly interesting and profoundly beautiful. His poetry represents the two identities that Blacks in America are forced to live. Dual identity is said to be part of the heart of Black existence in America. It represents what W.E.B. Du Bois called double consciousness. So Du Bois wrote, "It is a peculiar sensation, this double consciousness. One ever feels his two-ness, an American, a Negro, two souls, two thoughts, two unreconciled strivings, two warring ideals, and one dark body whose dogged strength alone keeps it from being torn asunder. The history of the American Negro is the history of strife, this longing to attain self-conscious manhood, to merge his double self into a better and truer self. In this merging, he wishes neither of the older selves to be lost. He simply wishes to make it possible for a man to be both Negro and an American without being cursed and spit upon by his fellows, without having the doors of opportunity close roughly in his face." Now, this quote, I believe, would hold some truth for Mexican Americans, Muslim Americans, Jewish Americans to this day. And it is a privilege that white Americans do not have to reconcile this split soul. So now I'll turn to the two poems that I have by Paul Laurence Dunbar, the first in conventional English and the second in a Black American dialect. And these are just segments of the poems too. They're not the full poems. So this first one's from Dreams. What dreams we have and how they fly, like rosy clouds across the sky, of wealth, of fame, of sure success, of love that comes to cheer and bless. And how they wither, how they fade, the waning wealth, the jilting jade, the fame that for a moment gleams, then flies forever, dreams, dreams. Now the next poem's in the Black American dialect, so I apologize in advance for how I'm going to read this. I'm not going to do well with it, but it's from the poem, A Warm Day in Winter. Sunshine on the meadows, greenness on the way. That's the blessed reason I sing all the day. Look, yeah, what you axin', what makes me so merry. Spec to me sighin' when it's warm in February. So these two poems perfectly illustrate that difference, that double consciousness that Dunbar and all Black Americans must feel and strive to reconcile. So now for the next part of today's show called Here's Something. Today we're sharing with you a cover of Bring It On Home to Me by Sam Cooke. This is one of very few recorded duets of Chrissy and I. So have a listen now to Sam Cooke's Bring It On Home to Me.
If you change your mind about leaving me behind. Oh, bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know I laughed when you left, but now I know I only hurt myself. Oh, bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll give you jewelry and money too. And that ain't all I'll do for you. Oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet lovin', bring it on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. You know I'll always be a slave until I'm buried in my grave. Oh, honey, bring it to me, bring your sweet lovin', bring it on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, so that was Bring It On Home to Me by Chrissy and I. If you'd like to download and own that recording, subscribe to the Get Collected podcast on Patreon. So for $5 a month, you'll get access to all of the music we feature in the Here's Something part of our show, and it's often rare and otherwise unreleased. So go subscribe now at patreon.com/getcollected.
So what's the deal? Here's the deal. Today we are celebrating our 2nd anniversary. Mike and I have been married for 2 years now, although we've been together for 7 years. And actually, on this day in 2010, I was packing up all my stuff and jumping on a Via Rail train. And then I actually arrived in Windsor in the same apartment that we still live in tomorrow. So that would be August the 30th. So pretty crazy to think it's been 7 years, really. And so today we're going to do a couple of, anniversary things. We're going out for dinner at the casino here. They have a really great buffet that I've never been to, so we're going to do that. And it is really rainy today and thundering a lot, but I don't think that's going to put a damper on our spirits, so we're going to party a little. And then this week we've got some shows. I'm playing tomorrow night at Fog. There is a book reading happening there. So some authors of horror stories are getting together to read some of their works. And I'm just going to be playing a couple of songs in between. So that starts at 8:30 and it's a free event. And then on Saturday, Mike and I are playing at Caesars in the Elix Lounge. It's on the main floor by the VIP table games area. And we're going to be there from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And that as well is a free event. You do have to be at least 18 years old to get in the casino. And if you want to come to those shows or if you want more info, you can go to chrissycochran.com/dates.
All right, that's our show for today. Thanks so much for listening. Tune back in on Thursday for an all-new Dusted Off with Kelly Hoppy. Stay tuned and stay collected.